So, you know, everyone dreams of owning a little slice of paradise, right?
Right.
And when it comes to desirable locations, British Columbia is kind of hard to beat.
Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful part of the world.
But, and this is a big, but
Yeah.
breaking into that real estate market, well, that's a whole other story, isn't it?
It's, yeah, it can be a bit of a jungle out there.
Oh, yeah. Cutthroat, competitive. You need an edge to even get a foot in the door.
Absolutely. That's why we're diving into Rogers Management Group today, right?
RMG. They've got this approach that's got people talking.
They do, and in a market that's frankly a little saturated, it's intriguing. You've got all these players vying for the same piece of the pie, but RMG, they're focusing on what they call unique properties.
Unique properties. Okay. We're going to unpack that. But first, for our listeners who are just tuning in, what's the deal with RMG? What's the quick and dirty?
So essentially, they wear a couple of hats. They develop properties, but they also own and manage them.
Interesting. So they're not just building and flipping. They're in it for the long haul.
Exactly. And that tells you something about their commitment level right off the bat. Plus, their portfolio, man, talk about diverse.
Seriously, what kind of properties are we talking about here?
They've got everything from commercial spaces to residential buildings. They're even involved in those, what are they called, self-storage facilities?
Oh, yeah. Those are everywhere these days. Okay, so diverse portfolio, developer-owner model. This all sounds very strategic, very deliberate.
It does, doesn't it? And it suggests a certain, how do I put this, a willingness to adapt to the ebbs and flows of the market.
Right, because if one sector takes a hit, they've got others to cushion the blow.
Exactly.
Smart. So let's get back to those unique properties.
Yeah.
What's RMG's definition of that anyway? Are we talking about like beachfront condos or something?
Well, not exactly. It seems their idea of unique is tied to something bigger. Community value.
Community value. Okay, now that's interesting.
It is, right. So rather than just throwing up another generic high-rise, they're looking at projects that actually address the needs of the community.
I see. So it's about integrating their developments into the existing fabric of a neighborhood.
Right. Think green spaces, sustainable building practices, maybe even mixed-use developments that create those, vibrant, walkable neighborhoods.
So it's less about maximizing profit on every square foot and more about creating spaces that people actually want to live, work, and play in.
Yeah, exactly. And that approach, it's not just altruistic, it's a savvy business move too.
How so?
Well, think about it. Ethical investing is a growing trend. There's a whole generation of investors who want their money to do more than just make a profit. They want it to make a difference.
So by aligning themselves with this community-minded ethos, RMG is tapping into a new market of investors who care about more than just the bottom line.
Right, and this brings us to another fascinating point. They don't just develop properties, they also offer client services, A&E investment opportunities.
Oh, right. So they're working directly with individuals as well as partnering with investors on larger projects.
Smart. Yeah. Very. It's like they have their finger on the pulse of the market. They're working with individual clients on a smaller scale, which gives them these great insights into what people really want.
And then they can turn around and use that intel to inform their larger development strategies. It's a pretty brilliant feedback loop.
It is.
So, to sum it all up, RMG is playing a different game in the BC real estate market. It's not just about building buildings, it's about building communities.
Absolutely. And that begs the question, as British Columbia continues to evolve, what will unique properties look like in the future, right?
Yeah, good question. Will it be about incorporating cutting-edge technology, maybe pioneering new sustainable building practices, or maybe even reimagining what urban living can be?
Who knows? But one thing's for sure, it'll be fascinating to watch how RMG continues to shape the landscape.
Absolutely. Yeah.